This is Ian with Build Brothers. Going to go ahead and start my digital inspection here at 5661 Lake Park Way in La Mesa. Going to start here on the roof, and we've got an architectural asphalt shingle. I would put the age of this roof somewhere around 20, maybe 25 years, but we do have some extreme wear and tear, almost as if it's a manufacturer defect on this shingle. Obviously, no way of knowing if there is a manufacturer warranty on this roof, but yeah, what happens is the granules have come off and exposed the fiberglass, and once that happens, it is kind of beyond the usable life of this shingle, and it's time to replace it. And we can see that failure all over this roof. You made mention of a different roof in the complex that is worse condition. Hard for me to see any of the other roofs that are in worse condition than this. As we look around this roof, we can just see all of the exposed fiberglass and all that granule loss on these shingles. Surprisingly, most of the flashings look okay. They were well done and professionally installed. The failure of this roofing material, I don't think we could blame it on the previous installer. It looks like a professional install. Of course, the ridge caps, surprisingly, are still in pretty good shape. It almost leads me to believe that the ridge caps have been replaced since this roof was put on. We've got a little dead valley here with some metal there. That's a nice little detail. That's a vulnerable area where two roof slopes come together there. But a majority of these flashings look good, and even the sealant where the pipe meets the flashing looks pretty darn good on most of them. Another nice detail that we saw when this roof was done was this counter flashing underneath the overhangs. A lot of guys would skip that because there is very little chance that that wind-driven rain gets to that stucco there, but that is necessary and required and will be redone when we do this roof. We can see the areas where sections of fascia were replaced the last time this roof was put on, and we know by that diagonal seam there, that piece of fascia looks a lot better than this sun-damaged we can see the lines in it and kind of the wear and tear on this, which is normal. Structurally, the majority of this looks still okay. Some of this, we could suggest replacing. It's kind of when it's just ugly and structurally it's still sound and will still hold a nail, that is a judgment call for the HOA to make on whether or not they want to cover the cost to replace it all. Let's keep working our way around here. We've got dormer vents on this roof. We will want to go to O'Hagan vents. We prefer those. It's kind of, I guess it's a personal preference, but the O'Hagan vents are flat and you don't see them. And they move about the same area or about the same air in an attic space. Over here on this side of the roof, again, we can see just the really dramatic wear and tear of these shingles. And then the dormer vents are down low on the roof over here. In a perfect world, we would have a row down low on the roof to allow cool air to enter the attic space, and then a row across the top to get that hot air out. We've got this one valley or cricket here, and it is torch down, and torch down is in pretty good shape, surprisingly. We will replace it, and we'll suggest TPO. TPO is kind of the more modern roofing material for low slope roofs, and looks like it was used on that parking structure there. We don't love doing little pieces like that. Looks like another seam over here, and so again, that's going to be a judgment call for the HOA to make. It's like, well, if we've got this roof ripped off, we'd really like to replace that with two long pieces so that there are no seams. Does it make sense always? Well, again, that's totally up to the customer's budget, because this is a section of roof that is never seen from anywhere. But we're always going to treat it kind of like it's our property. Not a ton of debris on this roof, just this one little palm frond, not really a big deal. If there was a whole bunch of debris that was clogging up this valley over here and sending water in ways it's not supposed to go, then I'd bring it bring it to somebody's attention, but this roof appears to stay pretty clean. Based on what we're seeing up here, we got to strongly suggest this roof be replaced. But the only active leak I have stumbled on so far is this heat vent right here. So every time it rains, you can see there that water is in fact getting in. But I haven't actually found any other active leaks at the moment.